Well, welcome to today's Camino segment. While there are, of course, a lot of ways to not only learn but also honor culture, one of the most unique ways is through dance. So whether it's connected to a specific tradition or just simply a way to celebrate, dancing is often one of the best ways to bring people together. So this morning we are learning about a very special group whose mission is to build community through these movements. Joining me now to share more about ArtistiCO is Jose Chepe Rosales. You said your community knows you as Chepe.
Correct.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We're so excited to learn more. So first, tell us about ArtistiCO. What is the organization about, and what is your mission?
Yeah, so ArtistiCO, a lot of times people say, when was ArtistiCO founded? And we say it was founded in 2019, but I always say it was founded when I turned 9 years old and I started dancing here in Colorado under the direction of Jeanette Trujillo Lucero, Fiesta Colorado Dance Company. That's when all of this work started. And the idea of ArtistiCO behind it, the mission, is to use our dance and artistry to uplift, educate, and promote our community. Through our mission, one of the main opportunities that we give our community and provide for our community is performing in prestigious theaters like the L.A. Calkins Opera House and the Newman Center. Because one thing that is very important is for you to see yourself on that stage and say, hey, I deserve to be here, and this space is made for me.
Oh, that is beautiful. And I love, too, that it starts at a very young age, as you stated. And I'm just looking at some of the imagery here. This is fantastic. But ArtistiCO works with young people from an early age, helping them not only as dancers, but as artists, as individuals, and to be proud of themselves, to empower them. Why introducing this to kids at a young age?
So when I was growing up, I was one of maybe 10 in my dance class, and throughout the years, each year it would be less and less and less. And when you think about dance is a sport. So especially when you think about competitive dance, in order for you to be a strong candidate to have the opportunity to be on Broadway or have a professional career in the arts, you have to start at a young age. You know, I always say it's similar to when the question is why aren't there more Latinos in college, right? Well, you have to start at a young age prepping that student to be in college. And so ArtistiCO works, we start with 2.5-year-olds.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, they're the most adorable things. They're called minis.
I love that.
They're their own choreographers. We teach them, every class, we teach them the choreography, and they go on stage and they do whatever they want. So they're creatives. We call them creatives.
Love that.
And the reason why we have them in the studio so young is because there's this thing that happens in the Mexican-American community. Myself, growing up as a Chicano, growing up as somebody that was born here in Denver, my father's from Mexico, I really didn't know what my culture was. And so that creates a void in who you are as a person and your confidence. And so you see this going on in every stage of their growth, right? And so knowing who you are from a very young age, seeing somebody that looks like you in the studio, speaking the language that is spoken at your house, listening to the music that your grandma listens to, and being able to have that conversation about culture helps our students know who they are at 2.5 years old. And when they're public speaking or they're in front of a camera like I am today, they are able to be confident of who they are.
That the fact that you just so eloquently talked about how everything they're learning in the studio not only helps them with their identity, but also outside of the studio for their future success is so powerful. How can dance help? And you did touch on this, but I want you to just elaborate a little bit more, how dance can help not only culture, but tell stories, strengthen identity. Why dance?
So it's actually very unique. When you think about Mexican folklore, any type of folklore dance, it's rooted in community and it's been established or it was created hundreds of years ago. So for example, my family's from Chihuahua. And so when I started learning the region of Chihuahua, I asked my dad, like, why do we dance like this? Or what's this song? Or why do we have to use these costumes? He didn't know, but he's like, talk to your grandma. So I talked to my grandma, and she explained to me all of the traditions, the music. There's a famous song called Jesucita en Chihuahua that I'm sure a lot of us know in the community. And then the conversation started happening over coffee, because it's very normal to have coffee with your grandma and sit down and chismear.
I love that.
And she goes, let's talk to your great-grandma. And so my great-grandma comes in. She was about 90 years old. And she goes, but I'm not from Chihuahua, I'm from Zacatecas. So then she starts talking about how she was part of the revolution, how she side saddled, how she migrated from Zacatecas to Chihuahua. And so that is what is really important about learning about these dances. At ArtistiCO, we teach the academy every season a new region. They learn dances from that region. We have them go home and we have them ask their parents, like, what do you know about this? How can you explain this to me? One thing that we do that is really beautiful is we do tributes every year to iconic artists. So in previous years, Selena Quintanilla.
I was hoping you would say, I loved her. She was my favorite in high
Selena
school.
is
Yep.
my favorite too.
Okay.
And so we always dream of wearing the bedazzled
Oh,
costumes.
yes. Don't we all, honey?
And so we brought it to the kids and they were like, well, who's Selena? And I told Alfonso, we have a large job.
Yeah.
We have a large job to do.
Yes.
So now they all know about Selena. They know her songs. They know how important she is, and the fact that she was Mexican American really brings that identity out in our students.
Oh, Jose. Okay, so we have just less than a minute, but I want to know what kind of impact do you hope that ArtistiCO has on the community, on individuals, and just the future here in Colorado?
Yeah, so something really exciting is we are growing into the next chapter of our organization. We're opening up a brand new 8,000 square foot studio.
Congratulations.
Yes, in GES, and it's going to be called the ArtistiCO Arts and Wellness Center. And this is really what's important in our community, to have a permanent space for students to walk in, once again, and repeat the same cycle that I went through, seeing yourself on those stages, and in the future being able to be confident to do whatever you want in your career.
Well, yeah.
And so we are excited to be having this phase, and I just hope that this is something that could stay in our community for many generations to come.
Well said. Well done, Jose. And then where can people go and learn more?
ArtistiCodance.org. And
ArtistiCodance.org.
And that will have all of information of
Okay.
our academy. We have open inscriptions for those that want to join our academy. And our shows, our season, please come. That's the best way to support ArtistiCO, is to come, share our posts, share what we do. And that's exactly how we keep growing in our community.
Jose, nice to meet you. Thank you so much for coming on today. We appreciate you and all that you're doing.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'll be right back.